only pure thing in this world. The fire came from the mountain, burnt our forest.
All right, movie nerds and Pandora fanatics, gather round. James Cameron is back again to remind us all that yes, he owns the ocean, the jungle, and now fire. Yep, the third Avatar movie, Fire and Ash, is coming December 19th, 2025. And today we're diving into everything we know so far: the plot, the cast, the emotional gut punches, and of course, the billion-dollar question: will it beat The Way of Water? Or even the original Avatar? Spoiler alert, probably not in runtime because this thing is rumored to be even longer than part 2, so buckle up. Or better yet, grow a tail and plug into a tree. Let's go. So, what's this one about? Well, grab a tissue because it picks up right after Natiyam's death.
Not live like this, baby. In hate.
Yep, Jake and Neytiri are still dealing with that heartbreak, and just when they thought it was safe to go back in the water, boom, the Ash people arrive. They're a new Na'vi tribe, led by a fiery warlord named Varang. Think of them as the hot-headed cousins who don't show up at the family barbecue. They show up at the barbecue with flamethrowers. And according to Zoe Saldana herself, this is the biggest turning point in the saga. Translation? More tears, more screaming, and probably at least one scene where Neytiri yells like a banshee while taking out 30 guys with a bow. Cameron doesn't do chill. He only does cry your eyes out. Returning, of course, are Sam Worthington as Jake and Zoe Saldana as Neytiri. We've also got Sigourney Weaver, Kate Winslet, Edie Falco, Stephen Lang. Yes, Colonel Quaritch is still here. At this point, this guy's harder to kill than Fast and Furious as a franchise.
If there is something you can do, then you must do it.
And new faces? Una Chaplin is joining as a major Ash People character. That's right, Game of Thrones alumni in Pandora. Let's just hope there are fewer weddings with, stabbing. This one's supposed to shift the vibe if The Way of Water was a National Geographic special on sea turtles. Fire and Ash is more like Planet Earth. But everyone's mad. Expect darker themes, more war, and a moral tug-of-war about grief and survival. Zoe Saldana even said it nearly killed her filming this because of the emotional weight. Translation: yeah, get ready to sob into your popcorn. And remember, Cameron isn't just flexing the story, he's flexing the tech again. High frame rates, insane visuals, and yes, it'll probably be 3.5 hours long. My bladder's already crying. Okay, here's the big question. Can it beat The Way of Water or the OG Avatar? Now, Avatar 2009 is still king. It was the first time we saw Pandora, and it made over $2.9 billion. People were literally trying to move to Pandora. Like, they were depressed. The world wasn't real. That's cultural impact, baby. The Way of Water, $2.3 billion. Still massive. But let's be real. Half of us felt like we watched a 3-hour Discovery Channel episode with occasional explosions. Don't lie, you checked your watch during the whale scenes. Now, Fire and Ash has a shot at topping Way of Water. Why? Because part 2 was basically a giant setup. It introduced kids, the Reef Clan, and revived Quaritch, but it felt like part 1 of a two-parter. Part 3 is supposed to be the big payoff, more battles, more drama, and the emotional fallout of Neteyam's death. If Cameron sticks the landing, we might just see the best story of the series so far. Will it top the original, though? Nah, nothing's gonna beat that first-time magic. You can only see blue cat people plug their hair into a dragon for the first time once. After that, it's just Thursday. So, here's the verdict. Will Fire and Ash be the biggest game changer in the saga? Probably yes. Will it make more money than The Way of Water? Maybe. Will it beat the original? Not unless Cameron invents a way for us to literally live in Pandora. Which honestly gives him 10 years and a submarine, and he might. Either way, December 19th, we'll all be there. Crying, laughing, peeing in between the 3-hour runtime. So, what do you guys think? Will fire and ash burn brighter than Way of Water? Drop your predictions in the comments bonus points if you predict the exact runtime down to the minute. My guess? 3 hours and 14 bathroom breaks. Subscribe for more movie breakdowns. This is Andy, and you are watching Cinematic Bites, signing off before James Cameron makes Avatar 6, The Sullys Go to Space.
Your goddess has no dominion here.